Hello everyone, welcome to our vlog Cattle and Travel. Let's take you to a new destination, new journey and new experiences. This time it is Singapore. It's 5:35 in the evening, 11th of April. We started our journey for this trip that takes us through Singapore and Malaysia.
चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन में धड़कते दिल के तराने लिए चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन
We are almost approaching the airport.
दिल के तराने लिए मिलन की मस्ती.
So we've reached the Terminal 3 of Indira Gandhi International Airport. Let's just go in, check ourselves and experience the journey ahead. Like it's been improved quite a bit since last time we visited. The rush on the entry gates is much smaller. Also there are boards which tell us what's the wait time at each of the gates.
ये मस्ती के नजारे हैं तो ऐसे में संभलना कैसा.
Having question, there is no power bank lighter battery, e-cigarette, laptop.
We've checked into our flight. Here's the boarding pass for Singapore Airlines right to Singapore. We cleared the security and the customs, which was pretty smooth compared to our earlier experiences. So things have definitely improved over time, or it could be that we are at the righter time. We are officially out of the country. We passed the duty free just now, and right now we are moving through the lounge, the income lounge that we are entitled to.
वो आलम भी अजब होगा वो जब मेरे.
Right now we are at the income lounge of Terminal 3 at Indira Gandhi International Airport. So before we start the trip, right, we are yet to board our flight. We just completed our formalities. Let's give you a glimpse of what all we did in terms of our preparations before we even started the journey. First and foremost, for any international destination is the flights. That's one big expense. So you started seeing early, checking all the flight options, and luckily we found this Singapore Airlines flight which was pretty economical, pretty affordable, so we picked it up. It's a full-fledged airline, one of the best airlines in the world, so obviously we want to take that experience. So we booked on Singapore Airlines. Once we were done with our flights, we went to the hotels because that's next big expense on any trip. Again, Singapore is pretty expensive on the side of hotels, and any budget hotel for a good room would still cost you something around 9 to 10,000. So there's another concept in Singapore because the real estate is so costly and hotel prices are so high, which is the capsule hotels. Now this is a combination of a hostel and a hotel because you don't get a complete room like in a hotel, but there are private spaces kind of secluded from the other parts of the room, but the other facilities are shared this time. So we booked the capsule hotel. Let's see how the experience goes. Once the hotels and the flights were done, the next big thing was what is the documentation required to enter Singapore, right? All Indian passport holders need a visa to enter Singapore, but the visa process is relatively smoother. Once visa is done, the next thing is itinerary. We'll cover itinerary in a lot of detail in later part of this video and separate videos as well, but predominantly we are doing 4 days in Singapore. We are now at the airport waiting for our flight. We'll take you on, share the experiences on the Singapore Airlines flight to Singapore and then the Singapore itself. But till then, let's enjoy the lounge, let's enjoy some of the food, and let's enjoy some of the facilities that come with some of the credit cards, courtesy some of the banks that we have in India. Reached the gates, gate number 15 for our flights. Let's go and experience the Singapore Airlines.
ढूंढे शहर एक नया, जहाँ मुस्कुराहटें हैं बिखरी, जहाँ से गम का मौसम गया, जहाँ मीठी बातें हर एक अजनबी से हों, भूले हम भी जो सारी फिक्रें, लम्हा लम्हा खुशियाँ बिखरे, इधर उधर और यहाँ वहाँ, जाए वहीं दिल कहे जहाँ, बेबे 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 चलो ना गाए नए नए गीत, खेल ऐसा क्यों ना कोई खेल जिसमें सब ही की हो जीत, इन दिनों फूल और तारे कोई भी देखता नहीं, देखे उनको दीवाने हो के कोई कितना भी हमको टोके, खुली हवा हो खुला समा, जागे हुए हो सब अरमा, बेबे बेबे बेबे
Is about 10 minutes to 3 Indian time and about 5:18 a.m. Singapore time. The captain has announced that we are going to soon land. The descent has already begun. Probably another minute or two that we will touch the ground. Excited? Anxious for this solo trip? Looking forward to all the experiences that are going to come in. So we've just arrived at Terminal 3 of Singapore's Changi airport. Pretty big airport based on first look, 4 terminals connected by SkyTrain. So pretty much being the world's best airport needs a scale, needs some level of complexity. So right now we are walking to the arrival hall for our immigration and custom formalities to actually formally get into the country. Right now we are still in the transit area. Collected the bag. We are now in Singapore. Let's go through, clear the customs and enter the country. So we are now officially into Singapore. We've cleared customs, immigration, all the formalities done on the land of Singapore after all formalities. Pretty excited. Let's see how much we have to explore and what experiences come our way. But first let's give you a quick glimpse of what was involved. Once you arrive, generally it's on Terminal 3. You pass through immigration, which is pretty easy and quick. You can quickly go through the automated doors. If you have an Indian passport, there are few other countries that we'll cover down here. On the automated arrival gates, all you need to do is scan your passport. Click a picture, get your thumb imprinted. No manual intervention, all automated, and then you are through. Takes hardly a minute. Once that's done, you collect your luggage and you pass through customs. You may be asked to scan your bags on an X-ray machine if you have nothing to declare, and then you are out into the country. Now, once you are into the country, there are a few other things that you need to take care of before you can step outside the airport. The first and foremost is the currency. Now, you don't use Indian rupees or your US dollars anymore. You need to get to Singapore dollars. So wherever you hear dollars from now on into the video, just assume it's Singapore dollars. It's about 61 rupees to an Indian rupee. So you need to get your currency right. Generally, we carry US dollars everywhere to each country and get them exchanged at the airport at a small amount and then into the country. Singapore dollar is pretty popular currency, so you can get it converted in your own country as well. Another thing that you need to take care of is how do you communicate? Do you have a SIM card of the country? Do you have international roaming, which is going to cost a bomb? What we did is we booked an eSIM, which gives us a data plan enough for our requirements. Online, set it up while in India itself, but you can again get a SIM in Singapore. We've heard that airport rates are pretty high, but you need to be aware of it. You can book through Globe. The least amount tourist SIM card that is available is about $12, which should suffice for a week's visit. Third is how do you get into the city? Now, to get into the city, there are various ways. Taxis is obviously the common way. If you want to bring a radio cab, then Grab and Gojek is what's popular in entire Southeast Asia. So that holds true for Singapore. Right? So you need to have other options as well. So public transportation in Singapore is pretty good. You can get an MRT right from airport to the station. The entire city is well connected, so you should easily be able to find a route for your convenience. But for now, let's get settled, get into the country and reach our hotel, and then we'll talk more.